Hello, welcome back to another episode of Property Talk with Monica, where we discuss all things real estate in New Zealand. With us today is our lovely Laura again from Lighthouse Financials. Now, we have a very exciting episode today where we're going to talk about all the changes to our property investor favor. Well, do you think that will improve our position, all the changes that's going to roll out on the 1st of July? Now, these changes are the debt to income ratio, deposit requirement, and the bright line test. What are these changes?
Yeah, so all of these changes should improve the position for property owners, whether that's people that own their own home or investors.
I think we should just cheers to that because we've had it really tough for the last few years.
I agree.
We're not encouraging drinking in
No.
public places.
No.
But it is a Friday afternoon, so whatever.
Why not?
Yeah.
So I think probably the one that will have the most impact and kind of effect on the market is the debt to income ratio.
What is it now?
Yeah, so for investors we're looking at 7 times income.
Yeah.
So effectively the bank will consider all sources of income, so employment income, rental income, and then they'll look at your debt position, so all mortgages secured against any properties, and then any other personal lending, so personal loans, car loans, credit cards, student loans, so your full income position, your full debt position, and that's basically being capped at seven times debt to income.
For all income.
Yes.
Yes. Is it feasible for people to get into the property market?
Yeah, it is. This was a thing.
Sorry, what was it before? Was it 6 times?
So it's still going to be 6 times for owner occupied. So if you're buying a house to live in, it's still going to be 6 times income. But for investors, it's 7. So that's coming in the 1st of July. At the moment, there's no real criteria around that, but as a general rule, you can typically borrow around 5 to 6 times income. That's just how the numbers tend to work out. Some banks have been using this system for a little while, where it hasn't been like an RBNZ imposed criteria, but some banks have had that kind of running in the background. But it shouldn't get to a point where people are being phased out of the market based on their income, especially if you're a dual income household. So you've got yourself and your partner earning an employment income, and then you've got your rental income coming in as well. We shouldn't see anyone being pushed out of the market. The whole point of it is just to ensure that people aren't taking on an unmanageable amount of debt.
Yes. That's very dangerous, and there are many mortgages sales at the moment.
So
that's debt to income.
Yeah.
And what about the deposit, which is another hurdle?
Yeah, so currently if you're buying an investment property, you need 35% deposit.
35%?
Yeah, for an existing house. From the 1st of July, we expect that to go down to 30%. So not going to change the world, I don't think. But a lot of people, when they're buying their investment properties, are relying on equity that they've got in maybe their home or their first investment property. So 5% is 5% at the end of the day. So another positive change, it makes that deposit a little bit more achievable because you're not needing as much.
Cool. All right, what about the bright line test? That's down to 2 years.
Correct, yeah. So again, effective the 1st of July, bright line will be reducing to 2 years for owner occupied and existing and new build properties. So at the moment it's 10 years for new builds, which is really restrictive for some investors that kind of want to get out of the market or have no choice but to get out of the market. Dropping that to 2 years is going to make a big difference to.
And I think a lot of people are putting properties on the market for sale. Because of this.
We've definitely seen a lot of people that have had this in the back of their mind for the last couple of weeks or months and thought, now's the time to kind of get that house on the market. By the time it sells, that would have kicked in. So
just on the deposit. Sorry to go back to the deposit. New build is always better, right? So it's never 35 or 30%.
Correct.
For new build.
Yeah. If you're buying a new build as an investment, you need between 15 and 20% deposit, depending on the banks.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
Is it for to live in or investment?
For investment. If you're buying a new build as a home to live in, then you only need 10%.
Ka-ching.
Yeah. A lot of banks will do that 15% deposit for a new build.
So with all these changes, I can see that's another reason, kind of set of incentive or reason for the market to to behave better a little bit in a way, right? It's,
yeah.
You know, it's stimulating the market,
Definitely.
Buyers to have more confidence and more bullish, as you said, on the market.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely more like positive changes than we've probably seen in the last few years. It feels like everything that was done previously was kind of at the detriment to investors, whereas a lot of the changes under the current government are designed to improve the position of investors and just get people back in the market.
Yeah.
Like we've said before, everyone's always going to need somewhere to live, and someone's got to buy that house for them to, you know,
yes.
If you can't buy it yourself, then someone needs to buy it for you to live in. So.
Yeah. There are many threats, but even more opportunities out there in the marketplace.
Yeah.
That's what we believe in.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Follow me for more tips and insights on Auckland property market.